Special episode.
Hello, and welcome to a very special episode of the Player 3 Podcast. I'm your host, Luke Croft. Alongside me, we have the always visually stunning Larry Hunt.
Hi.
And then next to him, Dizzy. That's already his nickname, Cooper.
Hello.
Fellas, it's almost the most wonderful time of the year. E3 time.
Halloween.
Oh.
E3 time. And E3 is a great time of year because it is also the time of year where we make our annual epic milkshake bet.
My first one.
First of all, my question to you is, what is your favorite kind of milkshake? We'll start over there with you, Larry.
The best milkshake I've ever had was at Steak and Shake. And it was a caramel apple milkshake.
Sounds interesting. Sounds very good. How about you, buddy? Just vanilla.
Vanilla. I just drank one from Chick-fil-A. I never finished a full milkshake, but I did that one, so I guess that was one of my better experiences.
Mine is the peach milkshake from Chick-fil-A. I love the peach milkshake.
I can't mix like a fruity flavor with a milk. I can't. That doesn't work with my
So
stomach.
you can't eat Fruity Pebbles?
No, I mean
Fruit
like
Loops?
does that not have like chunks of peach in it or something like that? Nah, I can't do that. Peaches and cream.
What about the watermelon milkshake from Cookout?
I've never had it. It's always sounded weird.
It's good. It's just chunks of watermelon and vanilla ice cream.
It's a watermelon. All right. Well, here's how this is going to work with our E3 predictions. We've
Give me the
each
rules.
made 5 predictions. So we will have 5 rounds.
My predictions are pretty loaded. Is that legal?
That's fine.
I have like 3 per.
Here's the way it's going to work. Let me go up and read my own rules here. So each of us will make 5 predictions about the press conferences that will be taking place during the week of E3. Now, some of these, they're conferences at their own thing. So Bethesda, EA, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, and Ubisoft. We didn't have to make predictions for each one, or like they could have all been EA if we wanted them to be, but you know. So we'll each make those predictions. For a completely correct prediction, 100% of your answer is correct. Outside of your outlandish last part that you put in to be funny. You will get awarded 2 points. For a partially correct prediction, you will get 1 point. And I've put that we have Bible college degrees. That's why we're not doing a point and a half a point. So we're doing it that way. And the half credit will be determined by the votes of the other 2 parties. Mm-hmm. If we can come to a consensus that, hey, that was close enough, we'll do it. And we're not jerks. We're not vindictive jerks. So,
But this is about milkshakes, dude.
yeah. But it'll be all right. It'll be all right. So we've tried to be semi-specific in our answers. Last year, some of our predictions were like, we will see something about, and then a game we knew we were going to see something about. We've tried to avoid that. And so we'll tally up all the points during the week of E3 after the press conferences, and the 2 losers will owe the winner a milkshake. So now we shake on it.
Now, may I explain what I did, though?
Yes.
What I did is I did something I'm pretty sure will happen, something that I hope will happen, and then something that, if it really does happen, I need bonus points because it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll give you bonus points.
And I know all.
All right. So now we will shake on our milkshake bet.
Oh, I need that hand. We gotta kiss it to make it real.
All right.
All right.
It's
All
now,
right.
it is now official.
Yep.
Lips have been kissed. And the podcast listeners will never know if that's true or
You
not.
just. Yep. Okay.
Go over to youtube.com/player3podcast and fast
you
forward
wanna
to
know
about
if it was
the 3-minute
real.
mark. If you want to know if it's real, to start your second screen experience. All right, so here's how we're going to do this for this. We will go around the circle, starting with Larry. We will each make our prediction. At the end of each round, we will just quickly make our predictions. We will determine which one do we think is the most likely of the 3 of those predictions in that round, and we'll also discuss and respond to one another's things. So, Larry, let's start over there with you. What is your very first prediction?
A true Alan Wake sequel will be revealed. We'll see a trailer.
Ooh.
Do we wait till we're
All right,
done
hold
before
on,
we
hold
talk
on.
about it?
Is that what I wrote?
Huh? You said a true Alan Wake sequel will be revealed. You're saying we will see a trailer for it.
Right.
Okay, so not
That's what I mean by
gameplay.
revealed. No, not gameplay. It's
Okay.
way too early for that.
Now, do I not make a comment yet?
No, we'll make a comment
Okay.
after the
I
round.
want to make a comment.
All right, Diz, what is yours?
Mine's loaded. Remember, mine was about Bethesda. I think that they're going to be piggybacking on the soon-to-be success of Far Harbor DLC, and will reveal DLC that will be incredibly underwhelming. I don't think it's going to be something that big. They're going to hype this little piece of DLC that's not going to, stand up to what Far Harbor is. My think it's going to happen is they might hint or show possible remastering of Skyrim, or maybe if we're lucky, Oblivion, as an apology for Elder Scrolls Online. And my gamble is I feel that they're going to try to make everybody there think that they imagine the whole being able to mod Fallout 4 on their Xboxes, because that's not going to happen. I don't think it is.
Yeah, they'll get the Men in Black guy with the pen.
There we go. Just wipe them. They've already tried to. They're starting it on PC, but it's always been there. It's always been on PC, but I don't think it's going to make it.
All right, my first prediction is that Uncharted 4 story DLC will be revealed and will feature a young Sully storyline. I don't think they're going to touch Nathan Drake's storyline anymore. They will go to a young Sullivan in his earlier days of hustling and stealing treasures and whatnot. So that is my prediction. So, the end of the first round, we have Alan Wake sequel. We have, I'm trying to figure out a quick way.
My big one would just be
the underwhelming DLC coming from Bethesda and Uncharted. Out of those three, which do we think is the most likely to happen?
He mentioned some hyping.
I made my Alan Wake prediction because I think that them tacking Alan Wake onto Quantum Break was an omen of things to come. But I think that yours is the most likely.
See, I was going to say yours, not just to be self-deprecating to mine, but because Remedy has talked very much about wanting to make a true Alan Wake 2 rather than what was the first, what was the
Alan Wake American Nightmare,
but an actual real sequel in that series. And I just don't see any reason to put the original Alan Wake in with Quantum Break if they don't have plans for that franchise.
Yeah.
Now, if we say underwhelming DLC,
it's not going to be like Far Harbor. That's going to be the biggest success that they're going to have.
So when we say underwhelming, because I'm just trying to get the wording, like the minutia of what you're saying.
It is. Here's the word.
You are saying that they will reveal DLC. None of it will be as big as Far Harbor, that's what's underwhelming.
Everyone's going to be on this Far Harbor high, and then they're going to get here's an arena where you can put your death claws. Woo!
Okay, I'm just going to put in here, just for my sake, smaller than Far Harbor. So everything will be smaller than Far Harbor.
Fog Harbor.
Yeah, I don't know, but Bethesda being at E3 to begin with is interesting. Like last year made a whole lot of sense. This year, you don't really have the Fallout thing you can spend 25 minutes on like you did last year. So what is their big thing going to be? And if it is DLC to Fallout, I would imagine they'd have to come out with something bigger than Far Harbor to do it with. But then again, if they came out and were like, we're going to do Oblivion and Skyrim remastered, I mean, that's a pretty big announcement. So, all right, let's go in reverse order this time. My second prediction, round 2. So that was 2 votes for Larry, 1 vote for me on the first round. So my second prediction, EA will march out their digital sales figures. And let me just run you through what these were. 31% of all of EA's game sales last year were digital. Over 50% of Madden sales on consoles were digital last year. So EA will march out those numbers, and they will announce that at least one major title will only be available digitally with a no physical release, $60 title. Possibly maybe we're releasing the Mass Effect trilogy digital only on the storefront. Start it with something people have played already rather than coming in and being like, Star Wars Battlefront 2 will be or whatever. Start small, see how people react to it. Maybe you can I think EA is that company that can be the forerunner into the digital only future. So they'll announce something to do with that. Diz, what was yours?
I'm going to do my second one first then, since that'll be like the one I hold on to. But I feel like EA will spend a larger focus on Titanfall 2 over the Mass Effect Andromeda news. I also feel that they're going to drop the name Access so many times to emphasize that that's still something you can do to help with their subscriptions. And my crazy thing that I want to happen is I want them to have an actual full-on free-running obstacle course to keep people interested in Mirror's Edge.
You're saying like on stage they just set up a...
No, I mean like they're in their own building, right?
Yeah.
They're just going to have it set up to where you can just do it.
Well, let's not forget. Oh, we'll come back to that. Larry.
I already forgot. Bungie will begin hyping the sequel to Destiny, although it will be 2 years away. And there's no way to know this at E3, but by the time it's all said and done, it will be 3 years away.
So do we have to wait 3 years for this?
That I was being sarcastic about
All
delays. But really, I think they'll begin hyping it, but it's not this year, it's next year.
Okay, so we've got EA digital only. We've got EA
Focusing on Titanfall 2.
focusing on Titanfall 2, and we have Destiny 2 2 years out hype.
Mm-hmm.
What do you don't want me to forget?
Huh?
You said don't forget.
Let us not forget. Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2 reveal.
I did forget.
When they marched out, the guy in the zombie mascot outfit who danced awkwardly on stage for 3 minutes while everyone was like, what in God's name is happening here?
He really left sharked it.
Yeah. But everyone loved Left Shark. Nobody loved Plants vs. Zombies guy. So if anyone was going to do something super awkward on stage, I know you meant just at their building, but if they were going to do something super awkward on stage and they're like, can we get someone super unathletic from the crowd to run this free running course, and they put them in the faith outfit.
Just too small.
It's just super small. Body hair poking out of it. EA is the one that's going to do that. So which one do we think is most likely? I'll start us off since I started off. The part about EA Access, I think, especially, where they will drop that so many times with so many big titles coming. Oh, I had the hiccup. There we go. It was like a hiccup that got stuck. Anyway, with so many big titles coming, like Mass Effect Andromeda, like Titanfall, they really want to push this whole idea of like you can play these games early, you can get 10% off. If Battlefield 1's another big one, if they reveal the like Madden Ultimate Team thing with EA Access, you'd be able to buy those packs for 10% off as well. Like really pushing that. Madden in the special edition this year, when you buy it, you get a month free of EA Access within that. I also wonder if maybe they'll announce that's how you get the 3 days early access to Battlefield 1 is through an EA Access membership. So I can really see that emphasis on EA Access being there. I just kind of an auxiliary, an appendix to your prediction. We will hear the word EA Access spoken over 20 times in their press conference. Wow. What about you, Diz? Which do you think is most likely?
Oh goodness, most likely. I'm going to go with you, Luke, because that's bold. That would be really interesting to me if that happened.
I'm voting me.
I thought about you as well, but the only thing that makes me hesitate on Destiny 2 being that far out is how little is known about the direction of Destiny 1 right now. And
That's
it's
true.
like, do we want to announce something so close to us coming out and being like, hey, Destiny 2 launching in November or September or something, you know? I feel like we probably would have had more leaks about what it is, but we don't need that long hype train going anymore for Destiny because it's such a smash hit success. And Activision is so good at revving up that hype machine for Call of Duty in a very short amount of time. I don't think they would need to take that long for Destiny, considering the fallout that happened after 3 years of waiting for the game.
And to be specific, like I said 2 years, and that makes me realize that maybe that means 2018. I mean, like fall of 2017. So I guess you're
Okay, so like 2 E3s away. It's this E3 and next E3 away.
yeah.
Okay.
But the more I think about it, You're just seeing a little more realistic to me now, because if they really are going to keep pushing access, that just makes sense.
And I think that's a big thing. Like EA Access really kind of acclimates you to the digital front, because every EA Sports game I own on my Xbox One right now is digital because I'm downloading it out of the vault. And it really gets you used to the idea of like, okay, they're just on my console. I can switch. I can play FIFA for a little bit, close out of that, open up Madden. They're all right there. It kind of shows you the benefits of it. And we've always talked about how the thing that would really start to set digital only over the top is if those games were cheaper for us than the physical copy of it. Well, you're getting them for 10% cheaper on EA Access anyway. So piggybacking off the EA Access, if they come out, they're like, we'll be releasing Mass Effect Trilogy to digital only for our EA Access members. It'll be 20% off, something like that, something to really incentivize the membership and the digital download of the game. So, all right, round 3. Let us start in the middle.
Yes.
Here. Diz, what is your third prediction?
All right, my third prediction is Ubisoft. Ubisoft. Ubisoft.
Scene Bean.
Sean Bond, yes. I think they are going to announce all the different ways that they're going to find to just burn out the Assassin's Creed movie coming out. They're going to probably talk about like, we're going to have comic books, we're going to have mobile games, we're going to do all this stuff. You might not get an actual game in the
They
universe.
will have Michael Fassbender do an actual leap of faith to his death.
This is going to be a big stunt show. All right. I think they're going to mention some DLC for The Division, and people aren't really going to care. They're just kind of groan past it. But I feel deep in my bones that Trey Parker and Matt Stone are going to be there, and their presentation is going to bomb. But everyone will absolutely love and adore the South Park Fractured Butthole video game. I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited for it.
All right, Larry.
Microsoft will remind us that HoloLens is actually a thing with an impressive demo and finally give us a release date.
Ooh, very interesting. For me, my number 3, the Wii U will receive a price cut to $199, which is a $100 price cut. With the anticipation of the NX, even though I don't think they're going to even mention the existence of, they're going to say, hey, go buy Wii U, $199, to which the crowd will respond, what's a Wii U? So, all right, those 3 predictions. We have Ubisoft with the Assassin's Creed focus, but South Park really stealing the show. Then Microsoft reminding us of HoloLens with the release date. And, just the release date. You didn't have price in there. And then Wii U with the price cut to $199. What do we think is the most likely?
I'm going with Larry. Because the competition is just getting stronger, so they need to keep putting the word out.
I think Diz just they want that movie to be a successful thing, so they're going to really try way too hard for it to be.
Yeah. I'm going to go with me. Since Larry set the precedent last round that's an option. And the only reason I say that, the Assassin's Creed stuff, I can easily see that too. I just don't think Microsoft wants the HoloLens to be seen as a video game peripheral, So I don't know if it's like, here at this big video game expo, we're gonna reveal the big information like the release date, maybe price point, that sort of stuff. Because of what happened with Kinect, where they were like, we want this to be used outside of gaming, but everybody just saw it as gaming originally. But I do think we will see a lot of HoloLens there, especially with VR coming. And it's one of those, like, do we want to come out and show the capability of us alongside VR, or do we want to show off but risk getting lost in the mix with all the VR stuff going on? But HoloLens had a decent presence last year already.
Yeah, that Microsoft stuff looked Microsoft.
The Minecraft?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Looked awesome.
Yeah, it looked really cool. All right. Number 4. Round 4. Let's start with you, Larry.
Oh, sorry.
EA will spend 10 minutes trying to make us care about Star Wars Battlefront add-on stuff, but we won't care. We'll be all very excited. We'll be way too excited about Visceral's new Star Wars game, which will be revealed.
Amy Hennig. It's going to be great.
What?
Amy Hennig, she's the writer for it. She wrote the first 3 Uncharted games.
I think I said story trailers, how they'll reveal that.
Oh,
right?
nice. Okay, I like that. All right. Diz?
My next one's about Sony, but can I ask you a question first?
Sure.
You said that EA is going to say access more than 20 times. How many times is Sony going to say Vita?
I think
Zero?
you just said it more times than they'll say it.
Oh, man. But mine's about Sony. I think that they're going to start teasing The Last of Us 2, and it's going to steal the spotlight of the rest of their show. It's not going to steal the spotlight of everything, just the rest of their show. I also feel that they're going to show a lot of Morpheus features to keep reassuring fans that, hey, we're serious about this. We're not going to...
PSVR.
Which one's Morpheus?
No, the Morpheus became
Oh, okay,
PSVR.
gotcha.
Yeah.
To show them that this is a peripheral we care about. And my crazy one is that I hope they'll start teasing a new God of War game. And they may even do it by painting The Rock in ashy white.
All right, number 4 for me.
That's the way I want to hear about it.
Microsoft will reveal a controller or a USB thing that plugs in that will add a microphone to your console where you can use Kinect commands without having to buy the $120 piece of equipment that we know now as the Kinect. Because we all agree the voice commands are the best part of owning a Kinect, even when it doesn't listen to you. And getting that into people's homes in a much cheaper, more accessible way, I think Microsoft will try to do that. And Microsoft's all about like kind of pushing the envelope in terms of peripherals and accessories and stuff like that. So, all right, so we've got Sony teasing Last of Us 2. We've got EA spending time on Star Wars Battlefront, but us caring about Visceral more, and Microsoft revealing the Kinect microphone.
I'm going with yours.
I'm going with yours.
Ooh, yay, me!
The Kinect is dying off, and
They all voted for Luke, by the way.
And that's too good of a feature to just let die. So let's repurpose it.
I am going to go with Larry's. I think so many people were let down by Star Wars Battlefront in the lack of content in terms of the diversity of content, not even the $50 season pass and all of that sort of stuff. But everybody's begging for a story-driven experience, and Amy Hennig writing this story for Visceral and the Star Wars game that they are working on, when I'm going to play as Jabba the Hutt's wife, learning what it means to be married to whatever he's supposed to be. And then at the end of it, spoiler alert, you get fed to the thing that tried to eat Boba Fett,
Yeah.
but didn't. Which is
What are some of Amy Hennig's writing credentials?
The Uncharted trilogy is the biggest one.
All right.
So now, Diz, I have one qualm with what you've
What's
said. If The Last of Us 2 gets revealed, which that game isn't coming until 2018, 2019, it will steal the entire show. The entire, even if it was just a black screen, and then
That's what I'm thinking.
The Last of Us 2.
That's what I'm thinking.
Everyone would give it Game of the Show. It may even win Game of the Year this year. All right, last round here.
Bum, bum, bum.
Round 5. Unless anyone, I feel like I've been talking a lot in the reaction to it. All right,
This is my first time.
we're gonna start with you, Diz. Round 5.
Okay. Nintendo is going to incentivize Wii U sales by announcing a bundle and a special console, possibly hand in hand with a Pikmin 4 game. That would be pretty cool because a lot of people would buy that console. They would also announce another Mario game that's not Mario Kart or Mario Party, and people will like it, but it won't stick. And my crazy thing is that since we've seen the new Legend of Zelda game, Zelda, it's not Zelda, I know, it's Link. He's wearing a blue tunic. What if they made the green tunic DLC? Like, you have to pay for it. That'd be absolutely terrible. So I don't want to be right.
All right. Mine is that Ubisoft will only talk about games that will be released between this year's E3 and next year's E3. So they're not going to be like coming in fall of 2017 or unannounced. All we're going to see is stuff like Watch Dogs 2. They're not going to. I don't think they'll talk about the new Assassin's Creed that they're doing. They're going to talk about the movie Fractured Butthole. They're going to talk about For Honor. So a lot of those kinds of games, I don't think they're going to hit on anything far future planning. Because I think they are going to go the extreme Bethesda route. It's like you can play everything you've seen in this show by June 2017 or something like that at the end of their conference.
I think Titanfall 2 will be game of show. I think everyone will just be like, that's it.
All right.
I'm going to be honest. I've had this strategy the whole time. I could have voted for myself up here for the Titanfall 2 over Mass Effect, but I didn't. Because I'm going to vote for Larry on this one. And thus also be right about myself.
I was going to go with you this round with the Pikmin console because they're going to have to give us a reason to want to buy a Wii U with the knowledge that the NX is coming. And Larry is currently scrolling through.
I was trying to remember your prediction. I'm going to be honest. I've had a real ADHD moment. What was your prediction?
That Ubisoft will only talk about games that will be available before next year's E3.
I'm going to go with Diz on this one, too.
All right. So we've got milkshakes on the line. I'm just going to run through real quick our predictions again.
All right.
Just a quick recap.
Just do my big ones.
All right.
now.
For Diz, Bethesda announcing DLC for more DLC for Fallout, but nothing will be bigger than Far Harbor, leaving people underwhelmed. EA will emphasize access and have a larger focus on Titanfall 2 over Mass Effect Andromeda. Are you talking time there? Time spent?
Yes.
Okay. Ubisoft will announce an Assassin's Creed game to go with their movie. They're going to try to tie in a bunch of stuff with the movie. And then Sony will tease The Last of Us 2, and Nintendo will do a Pikmin 4 console bundle. Larry, a true Alan Wake sequel trailer will be revealed. Bungie will begin hyping the Destiny sequel that will be 2 years out. Microsoft will remind us that HoloLens exists and will give us a release date. EA Sports will spend a bunch of time with Star Wars Battlefront DLC, but everything will be stolen by Visceral Star Wars game, and Titanfall 2 will be best to show. And then mine, Uncharted 4 story DLC focusing on Sully will be revealed. EA will march out digital sales figures, announcing a digital-only $60 game, big game. The Wii U will have a price cut to $199. Microsoft will reveal a controller or a USB stick that will add the Kinect voice control. And then Ubisoft will only talk about games available before next year's E3. So those are our predictions. We have some planning to do and some discussing to do about what we're going to do week of E3 because it's a whole lot of information in a whole short amount of time, concentrated in 2 days. So, if you want to, keep a score sheet of our predictions or anything like that, let us know how we did. Make your own predictions in the comments or email them to us at player3podcast@gmail.com. We'll talk about those on the show maybe next Monday. But as always, for Larry, for Dizzy, for Luke, we are the Player 3 Podcast. Bye.